This is the Lean Builders Hoots on the Ground podcast with absolutely, positively no bullshito. Join us as we dig into exactly what lean construction is and how we can use these concepts and strategies in the field. This podcast will be different as we journey to job sites and mine the minds of lean builders, all in effort to pass forward building knowledge from those who have put their time in to learn a better way. Because that's just what lean builders do. What's up, y'all? Adam Hoots here, the Lean Builders Hoots on the Ground podcast with no bullshito. And I'm coming to you from one of my favorite spots here. I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable today and give you some no bullshito straight up. Since launching my own company, I've been going hard, trying to get the word out there, trying to spread things, trying to stay in front of things, lots of travel involved with that. Haven't been taking the best care of myself. And I've got excuse after excuse that I could use here to be the victim, but in lieu, we're just going to take this glorious moment and just reflect. I'm going to kind of take you through my journey over the last 19 days, almost 3 weeks, here in the hospital at Prisma in Greenville, South Carolina. The folks at Prisma taking very good care of me. Dr. Zayas and a new transplant team who just started the program here from MUSC. Great folks, enjoying it. They're taking personal care of me despite him being on a 25-year anniversary cruise, which again, I feel I've got mixed feelings because that's my life, but it's also his life. And Dr. Zayas, I'm so grateful for you continuing to plug in and really just caring. It's means a lot. The journey started about 3 weeks ago. I came in, hadn't been feeling good since the beginning of the year. Traveling 12 weeks straight, plus a couple weeks in between of rest here and there, and just going hard, right? When we're on the job site, we might as well be working, not sitting in the hotel. You know how we do. Anyways, caught COVID at the beginning of the year. The Omicron came through. I felt sick, not good. COVID still affected me. And it turns out my body started as it was fighting, as I was changing things, as I wasn't taking good care of myself, taking the medicines that I should have been taking. As my body was fighting COVID, it also started fighting my transplanted kidney. And so, being the thick-headed guy that I am, I think a lot of you can relate to me. And again, this is straight up no bullshito, right? Like, let's be straight up with what's going on in our industry right now. And I left it because and I just, again, on the road, not taking care of myself, not the best conditions, away from family, etc., etc. It's 15, 16-hour days, like talking to teams, trying to help them not work those hours. And I just, my body couldn't handle it. And again, I thought I was continuing to fight COVID, that I had beat it, but it's just those side effects. We don't know what it is, just side effects. So April 8th, I woke up and just couldn't take it anymore. I was actually on a 4 o'clock call with Jen and Jess, and they were like, you need to go to the hospital. And so came here, actually went to the hospital closest to my house. They said, you're getting in the ambulance, you're going to Greenville Memorial. I said, the hell I am. You ain't putting me in no ambulance. I know how much those things cost. I'm getting in my truck and going. And so I held up my word and I came here, and I've been here ever since, locked in a room. Jake Harrell, thank you for the movie recommendation, Inside by Bo Barnum. If you haven't seen that movie, don't judge me, but it's how I feel right now, to be honest with you. I just got done listening to Jen and Jess's the podcast they did with Jason Schroeder on the Elevate Construction podcast. Fantastic explanation of what's happening with the no BS with Jen and Jess, what we're chasing from a no bullshito, like straight up. I love how they're applying it to the people side. I love how we're applying it to the process side, to the field, to the and how closely they're related. And the more time I spend with Jen and Jess, the more I realize how real people focused it is, and how important those words like culture are, but that we define those together as a team. And so I'm getting fired back up, getting into it. I'm feeling much better. The doctors, the team, they've done a couple of different therapies. I got a T-cell depletion therapy where the doctor took the time to visualize the work for me, and he showed me what my immunology is doing and what the medicines are that they're giving me to fight this and that and to keep my immune system low. And so that's the reason for the MASH and the latest podcast here. So T-cell depletion therapy. Then I went through and they actually put a port in to me, which was one of my biggest fears because I'm basically set up for dialysis right now, right? If I wake up tomorrow morning and my kidney numbers are worse than they were today, I'll continue to be in this hospital, and really those next steps are dialysis. And I was on dialysis for 1.5 years, and man, what a hard thing it is. If you know somebody on dialysis, you need to take care of them because mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, man, you're just crushed. It takes machines to live. It takes maintenance. If you're not disciplined, you're not alive. And you want to talk about a whole nother level of accountability? Love somebody on dialysis. The doctors, the team here, they put this in so they could do plasma apheresis, which is basically they're trying to save my rejection kidney right now. My mother donated a kidney to me 8 years ago. If you don't know that, that's what really set me on my lean journey to see things and get more value of the time while I was here on earth, because I was quite confident that I was going to die. And in fact, I do think I died on that table because my life has been perfect ever since then. I've had beautiful children, a lovely wife, a solid job, blessed to the max. Done a couple of different treatments on me, and today's like the day. So I'm down here, I'm lifting people, I'm listening, I'm trying to get back. Again, mindset's everything. And I talk about it. I preach about self-care and capability development and pausing and reflecting and being okay with the awkward silence. But man, when you do it, it's different. And when you do it for yourself, right? What is self-care? I'm on this journey and trying to discover that. It's much more than manicures or nice flat bills or looking good, feeling good, right? It's deeper than that. I'm looking forward to that journey, but tonight's the night, right? So I'm trying to get good self-care, good spiritual mindset, good connection with y'all, get the story out there, be a little vulnerable, be okay with what current conditions are, because it's here, right? We're the world's best problem solvers. That's what we do. That's what the construction industry does. And we got problems, and we're going to solve them. We're going to ask the right questions. We're going to get to the root. We're going to realize how important people are in this. I've been supported by so many of y'all, and I don't want to be secretive. I don't want to be a charity case, but I've had people working at my house, fixing leaks in the pool, getting my pool ready for the season, mowing the grass, helping take the kids to sporting events like dinners and meals, and just the support has been overwhelming. The flowers, you should see my room. I was kind of on the fence, so I really opened it up, but I'm going to kind of high level show you what a Lean Freaks hospital room looks like. Maybe I'll drop some of them in here. I'm going to hold you all to HIPAA violations, so if any of this stuff gets out, I'm going to be coming after you. That's what lean builders do, right? We try and invest in ourselves personally, and I think we all often fall short of that commitment. So I'm challenging you, Lean Builder Nation. When's the last time you took care of yourself? When's the last time you celebrated the good, right? Often in that lean community, at least for me, I'm focused on how do I get better? How do I improve? What went wrong? What was not good? Man, I live in that world. Like, well, how can we do this different? That's experimental mode. I'm getting better through doing, and I rarely celebrate that good, right? Because I feel like I'm bragging, or man, look at all this awesome stuff that I'm doing. When I'm listening to that Jen and Jess, when I'm involved with the No BS tribe, and I'm able to say, hey man, I'm not feeling good, and they're like, well, what is it? And I can't explain it. Those are the type of moments that could have been a life-saving moment. I might have been thick-headed enough to just rough this out to that COVID stuff, and there's another virus, there's another Delta, and it happens quick. So, and that kind of leads me right into that respect for people, right? Like, is it respect for people, or is it respect for resources? And I know I'm going to make some of y'all mad about this, but I think this is a conversation that we need to have, because people are resources. People are a limited resource. You only have so much capacity, and this respect for people thing ain't working. We're still walking past people on the streets, not looking at them in the eye, on our job sites where they're busting, they're giving their body, they're giving their person for us, and we're not even acknowledging them. We got to get better. We got to look at them as resources with only so much capacity. And as we're burning that capacity, how fast are we burning that candle? Because you can't reburn a candle. But it starts with you, right? Like that's the counterintuitive. Most of this lean stuff, it's such common sense. Yet it's so counterintuitive. Because how are you going to enable that person if you're not around? If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't make yourself a priority, you'll never make that other person a priority. It's that put your mask on your child before you put your mask on you. That's what I would do. But that ain't what you should do. They tell you every time you get on an airplane, put your mask on first and then help the child next to you, or those who can't help themselves. You have to help yourself first in order to help more people. But you don't think that way, right? You're the bottleneck. This is a perfect example of the law of bottlenecks. If you're the roadblock, don't go help the easy ones first and cut off the roadblock. Once you enable the roadblock, then you get all the easy ones and you can multiply from there. Take care of yourself. What does that mean? I don't know. I know that when I show up to the No BS tribe, I got a bunch of people that care for me, that they're asking me questions about the answers that I answered to their other questions. And so to me, that's where it is, right? Like Jordan Peterson says, be careful who you celebrate good news with. Like make sure they're genuinely happy for you. When you share bad news, are they relating to you? Are they listening in the moment? Are they asking you questions? Are they making you think? Do they really care for you? Actions. Are they looking at you in the eye? Are they praying about you when they're not there? What is it like? What does it feel like? I can tell you right now, I'm feeling much, much better. My mind is in a place of worship and grace and discovery mode. Like I'm asking whys to everybody. My doctors and nurses, woo-wee. There's some of them that are like, child, you better go ask somebody else because I'm making some people upset. But this is my life, and I want to understand. And so, I sit here with the will to understand, but the understanding that I can't control the situation either. And so I'm relying on trust in other professionals. I'm relying on prayer. I'm relying on good energy. Again, the people around us have blessed us so much. Just their presence has been unbelievable. And so I believe in prayer. I really appreciate those who have sent prayer. And I feel it. I have an abundance of it right now. I'm sharing and I'm giving and I am in good shape. I'm feeling better. I felt this onus of hey, I'm talking about vulnerability and putting it out there. Let's put it out there. Let's, I got, hey, lean builders, I know y'all are behind me. I haven't felt good, man. I'm lucky that we've had some amazing opportunities to capture some footage ahead of time and get ahead of things. But, I'm sitting here this week and it's already Tuesday and I want to deliver on my promise, but I also want to take care of myself. And so I say, what do I say? I'm going to tell them my story. The last 3 weeks have been the hardest of my life, really, since that transplant. And even this has been even tougher. Appreciate it. A lot of just being here, right? I'm going to try and lead better by example, whether that's emotional or physical or professional. Self-care. I'm going to look at all of these. I'm going to ask my question. I'm going to come after y'all. Like, help me understand. How do you take care of yourself? Some say lifting weights. Some say eating right. Some say running. Some say hanging with family. There's no right. It's how are you refreshing? How are you re-energizing? When I was in Omaha, they got a sign on the wall in their project there, J. Dunn. It says, "Do you charge yourself as much as your smartphone? Do you think about your battery the way you do your smartphone? When you're out of energy, do you run around saying, oh, I need a nap, I need a nap, I need a nap. If I don't have a nap, I won't be able to do anything this afternoon." No, you probably don't. I don't. But what about if your battery's on 2% and you're in the field and you're trying to make calls to get material delivered the next day? Yeah, that charger's important then. We're going to figure this out together because that's what lean builders do, right? There's not one person that has to go take on this whole thing. We got a group of people. We got a group of really smart people. We got a whole tribe of people who are contributing, as they say. We're going to figure this thing out together. We're going to encourage each other. We're going to go past company. We're going to go past gender. We're going to go past origin. We're going to go past insert your adjective here. Whatever it is today, we're going to get past it. We're going to get better together as a team because we know how much people matter. We know how important people are. And I am just excited to just spread the message of love, of care, of compassion in the construction industry, because those are three words that we don't really talk about a lot in construction. And Jen and Jess, you're working on me. I know you're looking for that diamond cut blade. The other one's a little dull now, but it's getting there, I promise. Just keep turning, keep turning. We're getting there because that's what lean builders do. We'll get there together and we'll celebrate together our successes without bragging, and we'll celebrate our failures as we learn from them and just create more success opportunities. So real quick shout out to John Paps, going through some adversity himself. I won't put his whole story out there, but John, praying for you and your wife Diane, who's also sick overseas, to make it home safe. We're holding down the fort here at Prisma. If you need anything, call me. We're starting to get around. I'm definitely lifting you up in this time of need. There's so many of us. Let's pick each other up as a community, because that's what lean builders do, right? We got each other's backs on a different level. If you need me and I can be there, I'm there. That's what we do. We show up for one another. Sean Graystone, man, what a champ. He and I have crossed paths before in the past. Another lean champion. Never really made a deep connection. Always heard great things about him from some of the best players in lean construction, and he's invested a ton of time in me, in my emotional and psychological well-being. The man's come here twice to the hospital just to say hi, right? Charlie Dunn, I'm so grateful. Reaching out, driving my story, researching things for me, sending me poems, sending me literature, just keeping me entertained at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mary Lou Stinson, Katie Wiggs, the concern, the love. I mean, our neighborhood, Riverwalk, good night. Simpsonville, South Carolina, y'all are amazing. People have been standing up. Jen of Orange Flowers, Cole, Jesse, love talking to you every single day. Andrew McLaughlin, Jake Harrell, I love the funniest dude out there. I've had so much support. I'm so grateful. The nurses here have been amazing. I'm ready to go home. Jason Schroeder, man, touching base with me, offering opportunity after opportunity, keeping me in your prayers. Keyan, Joe, like the lean builders, man, that's what lean builders do. Cynthia Tsao, Colin Milberg. Today I had a talk with Colin that was just like this moment of clarity. I can't describe the amount of support. Terri Erickson, like the names, the list, Jordan Christensen, the names just go on and on. Dean Reed, like, my goodness, these people are magical to me. And from a psychological standpoint, just how blessed I am to have you in my life, have you praying for me, sending me good energy, sending me just, my goodness, I am I'm very grateful, very grateful. Self-care, it's something that it's really easy to talk about, but it's really hard to do. For some reason, that's been weighing on my mind heavy. Is the things that we practice and preach, and we tell the world about these counterintuitive ways to do things more efficient, more effective, to line them up in order. It's often we forget about ourselves, And that's where it all starts, is with ourselves. Man, just all those who have touched our lives, my family's lives, my personal life, my professional life, like, thank you. Thank you. The only response for that I have is thank you. That's what lean builders do.